This was the starting point of a new American business venture abroad. But ahead, there was a long, long distance to travel, a huge investment, years of effort, and no end of patience and perseverance. Most important of all, the job would require men, hardy men, determined men, men who were willing to leave families and friends and journey halfway around the world on a quest that might end in failure. Men who could face hardship and monotony and still take it.
The United States has been involved in this empire-building process since approximately the end of World War II, but most of it has been done secretly. It's been done by economic hitmen like me. CIA agents don't call themselves spooks or spies, and they don't usually even call themselves CIA agents. They're the commercial attaché or the political attaché at a U.S. embassy or something. They put some other official title. It's not usually spy or even CIA agent. And it was the same with us. It's economic hitman is a generic term, and but it's not one that you don't put on your business card. It was very frightening to me. I knew that I was going up against strong forces. I saw jackals at work. There was always that question there, would this happen to me? I don't know how much longer I've got to live. Could be 20 more days, or it could be 20 more years. I needed to tell this story.
Buenas noches. Qué interesante que tanta gente quieren charlar un poquito con un gángster económico. Bueno, empezamos. Disculpe mi español y también disculpe mi vida.
I was still in college. The National Security Agency, the United States' largest and probably most secretive spy organization, recruited me. And they put me through a series of tests, personality tests, lie detector tests, and they identified me as a good potential economic hitman. And they also discovered a number of weaknesses in my character. And I think we could call those perhaps the three big weaknesses of our culture: money, power, and sex. And when the NSA offers you a job at that level, they don't tell you what they're going to have you do. They say you're going to spend about a year going through training, and at the end of that, you and they together will decide on your assignment. I was at the Boston Public Library, which was right near the Charles T. Main offices where I worked, and I was doing research on some of the countries where I was working, and I was there looking for some information. I was having a difficult time finding some. I was contacted by this amazing woman named Claudine, and she knew all about my background. She knew about my weaknesses. She came up and put a book in front of me on the desk, opened to some of the information I was looking for, and her card was there, and it said consultant to Charles T. Main, which was my company. And she proceeded to teach me about what it was to be an economic hitman, and at the same time to kind of seduce me into accepting the role.
Wherever the limited water supply permitted, wheat was grown. And the Arab, essentially good-humored in spite of his hard life, would make a little dance and a little song as he threshed the grain. And for townspeople and Bedouin alike, life was an endless struggle. None of them knew that this desert, barren of natural resources to the outward eye, had been blessed by nature beyond the wildest dreams of those who raided and struggled for life across its sandy, windswept wastes.
We economic hitmen worked in many different ways, but probably the most typical way was that we would identify a country, like a third world country, that had resources that our corporations want, such as oil, and then we would arrange a huge loan to that country from an organization like the World Bank, but most of the money would go directly to some U.S. construction company or other contractor, such as a Bechtel or a Halliburton. And those companies then would build huge infrastructure projects in this third world country, like power plants, industrial parks, ports. When Charles T. Main had a contract with the government, my job was to inflate the need as high as I could, make the loan as big as I could, and this was, in essence, a policy.
Among the more important undertakings for the benefit of the Saudi Arabs, wholly unconnected with oil operations, is the full-scale agricultural experiment project that is underway at Al-Kharj. This irrigation canal, which the oil company helped the Saudi Arab government to build, is bringing water to an